You know, this issue of masks and enforcing the policy can cut both ways. In Illinois, of course, they're trying to make it a no ifs, ands, or but policy. All kids better wear the masks. In Georgia, it's a bit problematic where the Atlanta mayor is insisting and setting a mask mandate. And the governor is saying, no, it's a good idea, but there's no need for a mandate. So the Democratic Atlanta mayor departing from the Republican governor, and the back and forth ensues. Geoff Duncan is the lieutenant governor of Georgia, joins us right now. Governor, great to have you back. The Atlanta mayor is saying, you know, I don't want to leave it to chance. I think these masks should be mandated. The governor says not so fast. What do you think?
Well, certainly the governor and myself and almost everybody that I know here in Georgia is talking about the need for masks. You'd be hard-pressed to find a single person in this state or in this country that hasn't heard the value of wearing a mask. And you know, selfishly, for me, I'm going to wear a mask because I want to try to watch my kid graduate in 2 weeks and my kid to play high school football in a month. Certainly the mask is important, and the governor agrees with that, the mayor agrees with that, and certainly I agree with that.
But if you think it's a great idea, and a lot of people might not do that because they don't think it's a great idea or they don't think it has any benefit, the Atlanta mayor saying, I can't take that chance in my community where cases are particularly spiking, so I'm going to force it. You're not for forcing it, I take it.
Yeah, I think the problem is with a mandate, it becomes a distraction. At the end of the day, this is personal responsibility. If somebody wakes up and they see the value of putting a mask on, then it's certainly important for them to do that. You know, social distancing is probably still the most important tool that we've got. But, you know, for me, it's hard to enforce. I mean, I understand what the mayor's mission is and certainly respect her and her opinion. I know the governor does too, but at the end of the day, it's hard to enforce. You know, do you walk up to somebody with a law enforcement officer and tell them that their mask isn't worn properly? Is that a citation? Is that a warning? At the end of the day, we need to wear a mask. I'm using my platform as lieutenant governor to go to every community that I'm in and talk about wearing a mask. And certainly I have to do it in my own family. You know, my kids are constantly, you know, talking about having to wear a mask and it bothers their nose. But yeah. Look, this is our part to do.
But, you know, Governor, you're doing this, you're a young dad yourself. Let's say you're doing everything right, your kids are doing everything right, but then, you know, another kid, another parent, they're not wearing masks. So all the good you're trying to do to protect yourself, protect your kids, protect others, is being wiped out by the one gabon who doesn't want to do that. What do you do?
Yeah, so look, I think we're watching, you know, the viewers here on this channel are obviously business-minded folks. I think we're watching that play out in corporate America and watching companies make sure that they pay close attention to their customers' needs and their customers' wants. And they're you know, these large retailers are having their own version of their mask mandates. I was in a grocery store yesterday and I saw every single person had a mask on with one exception. It was a young employee that certainly out of the corner of my eye watched the manager walk up to him. That to me is really the motion moving forward. But look, this is an important time for us. There's a lot of tough stuff going on. This virus isn't a Democrat. This virus isn't a Republican. It's the enemy of both of us. And we need to continue to work together. You know, I never sat in a boardroom and asked somebody after they gave me a great idea if they were a Democrat or Republican and decided whether or not I listened to the idea. I think it's an important time for us all to work together. You know, interesting point too about the governor's suit that he filed. I had a chance a little bit ago to take a look at it that he filed yesterday. And really the primary focus was wrapped around, you know, the businesses, protecting businesses that were once again being forced to shut back down and to go to phase one. This is complicated stuff. I don't claim to have all the answers. It's a balance between the health and well-being of 350 million Americans and also the economic, you know, future. There's families that are sitting around the kitchen table and businesses in the boardrooms that are making some really, really tough decisions. And I certainly don't claim to have all the answers, but certainly trying to work as hard as we possibly can to get our kids back to school, to be able to get our economy rolling again, to be able to get our communities safe and our hospitals back to normal levels.